This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. You will hear a conversation between a woman who is applying for library membership and a man who is assisting her. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Good morning. I'd like to apply for a library membership, please.
Of course. We have a simple form that you'll need to fill out to get started. May I have your full name to begin with?
Certainly, it's Sarah Thompson.
Thank you, Sarah. Could you please provide me with your contact number?
Yes, my number is 01234567890.
Great. And what is your current address? Just the street name will be fine.
I live at 15 Maple Street.
Now, could you tell me which type of membership you are interested in?
I think the standard membership will suit me well.
All right. As a student, you are eligible for a discounted rate. Are you a student?
Yes, I am indeed. I attend the local university.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10.
Thanks for that information, Sarah. Now, I'll just go over some events that are coming up at our library you might be interested in attending.
Sure, that sounds interesting.
On Monday, we have a book club meeting at 2 p.m. It's a great way to meet other book enthusiasts.
I really enjoy book discussions. I'll try to attend.
Then, on Wednesday, we have a science workshop starting at 11 a.m. It's perfect for those interested in scientific topics.
That seems quite informative as well.
On Friday, at 10 a.m., we host a creative writing session. It's open to all skill levels.
I do some writing, so that would be ideal.
Lastly, on Saturday, we have 2 events. First, at 1 p.m., there's a kids' story time, which is more family-oriented. Then at 4 p.m., the art exhibition opens, showcasing local artists.
An art exhibition sounds wonderful. I'll make sure to check it out.
Excellent. I'll print you a copy of this schedule just in case you need a reminder.
Thank you very much for all the information.
You're welcome. Enjoy the events at the library.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear a guide talking to a group of residents about facilities in a local area.
Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to have you all on this tour of our local facilities. Our first stop is the new community center, which opened just last month. It's conveniently located near the main library, making it easy for residents to visit both places in a single trip. Inside the community center, we have a variety of resources and offerings for people of all ages. A major focus of the center is the series of workshops we host each week. These focus primarily on enhancing technological skills, allowing community members to keep up with the fast-paced digital world. However, we also offer some fantastic health and wellness sessions. Information on upcoming events can be found on our online portal, which is regularly updated. For families, we have children's art classes that cater to the artistic talents of kids aged 7 to 12 years. We believe it's important to nurture creativity from a young age. Heading over to the sports complex next door, you'll find a host of recreational opportunities. We're particularly excited that we've begun extending our tennis courts to accommodate the growing interest in the sport. The swimming pools and running tracks remain unchanged, but still offer brilliant resources for fitness enthusiasts. Now let's take a brief walk over to the local library and park.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20.
Our local public library has embraced a new initiative to foster community engagement. It now offers a variety of activities beyond just the books. Those keen on literature can join book clubs hosted here every Monday evening. Adjacent to the library is our cherished local park, which hosts frequent yoga classes on Saturday mornings. Open to all, these classes offer a serene setting for physical and mental relaxation. For our senior citizens, we have a dedicated area offering activities such as group walks and gardening workshops. This encourages social interaction and physical activity in a friendly environment. Finally, for those looking to improve their culinary skills, the Community Center offers cooking courses several times a year. These courses emphasize healthy cooking techniques and are very well attended. I hope this tour provides you with a taste of the numerous opportunities available here. Do enjoy the facilities and feel free to ask any questions if you have them. Thank you.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear 2 students discussing their plans for their upcoming presentation.
Hi, have you thought more about our presentation topic? We need to finalize it soon. Yes, I have. I think investigating the impact of technology on human interaction would be fascinating. It's so relevant these days with all the digital tools we use. That sounds like a contemporary and engaging topic. Is there a particular reason you both settled on it? Absolutely. We decided on this because it aligns closely with our communication studies. Plus, it's a topic that's gaining a lot of interest in academic circles. Moreover, working in pairs should allow us to bring varied perspectives to the table, albeit managing those might pose its challenges. I agree. Ensure you leverage this as an opportunity to develop a cohesive narrative. Speaking of challenges, what do you anticipate? We anticipate a few hurdles, such as managing time effectively and coordinating our efforts. I think we'll also need more data to back up some of our findings.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Exactly. And apart from that, we might need some expert advice on data analysis and audience engagement strategies to make our presentation more impactful. Sounds like a good plan. What will be the main focus of your study? We'll primarily focus on examining how technology is reshaping communication skills. To do this, we're considering conducting a survey primarily targeting students within communication and technology majors. That's a strategic approach, and timeline-wise, when do you plan to wrap up your data collection? The aim is to complete by mid-November. This should give us enough time to incorporate everything before the submission date. We'll also get feedback from you by early December, which should help refine our final draft. Good thinking. Are there any additional elements you're planning to include in your presentation? Yes, we're considering adding a section on recent digital communication trends to make it even more comprehensive.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear a talk on biodiversity crisis in the natural world. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'll be discussing an issue that is of significant concern to ecologists and conservationists around the world, the biodiversity crisis. Now, when we talk about biodiversity, what we're really referring to is the variety of life forms in different ecosystems on the planet. This includes everything from the genetic differences within species to the numerous species themselves, all the way up to the distinct ecosystems they form. In recent decades, the natural variety of organisms has been diminishing rapidly. The sharp decline in biodiversity is predominantly a consequence of human activities. These activities include deforestation, pollution, and extensive hunting, among others. One major contributor to habitat loss is urban development, which often involves converting natural landscapes into cities and agricultural areas, which are necessary to support growing human populations. Species extinction rates are now faster than they have been at any time in human history. This is particularly evident in areas such as tropical forests and coral reefs, where habitat destruction is most concentrated. These environments, rich in species variety, are ironically also the most vulnerable to alteration and degradation. Another pressing factor is pollution. From chemical waste to plastic debris, pollutants significantly impact the survival of various species by changing environmental conditions. For instance, water contamination from farming runoff can lead to a reduction in oxygen levels in rivers and lakes, affecting aquatic life. In confronting these issues, conservation initiatives have been developed. These efforts are essential for preserving biodiversity at genetic, species, and ecosystem levels. One well-known strategy involves the creation of protected areas like national parks and wildlife reserves. These areas are crucial for maintaining habitats and allowing species to thrive without direct threats from human disturbances. Furthermore, sustainable resource management is another key component of conservation. By carefully managing the exploitation of resources, such as forestry and fisheries, we can prevent resource depletion and minimize environmental impacts. Public education is also vital in this effort. Educating individuals and communities about the importance of biodiversity and the factors contributing to its decline can be effectively achieved through schools, various forms of media, and community-based initiatives. It's hoped that through awareness, people will adopt behaviors that are more environmentally friendly. Beyond national borders, international collaboration is essential since biodiversity loss is a global issue that transcends country lines. Numerous treaties and agreements, like the Convention on Biological Diversity, exemplify how nations can unite to address these common challenges. Ultimately, conservation is an intricate endeavor that requires inputs from scientific research, policymaking, and community engagement. Multidisciplinary approaches will likely be the most effective in achieving sustainable outcomes for the preservation of our planet's biodiversity.
That is the end of Section 4. You now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet.
Hey there. Did you get them all right? Smash the like button and subscribe for more daily IELTS tests.